Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to Trepacer Saturday Reviews on Sunday. Again, I apologize for doing this video today instead of yesterday. Like I said, I did watch the movie yesterday, and I was gonna actually record. I was in the process of recording it, but my brother came down to actually pick me up. So we were gonna, like I said mentioned in my blog, we were going to my brother's house who lives in Jersey to watch the Mayweather Pacquiao fight, but we had to leave, so I couldn't actually record anything. So I'm recording it now and hopefully upload it now. This and also my Trepacer Saturday reviews as well after this. So again, I apologize for not getting this up on Saturday, which I normally do, getting it up on Sunday. But I wanted to get it up there because you know I had to do it. But sometimes life interferes and you can't avoid that. But anyway, enough of my rambling. Okay, the movie I promised to watch, which I showed in my blog, my in-bed blog yesterday morning, was Stigmata, 1999 Stigmata, starring Patricia Arquette, Gabriel Byrne, and Jonathan Pryce. Okay, now this movie is basically the story about basically starts off about a priest, who's from the Vatican, Father Kernan, Andrew Kernan, played by Gabriel Byrne. He investigates. He's an investigator. He's a priest. He also is an investigator. He investigates any kind of religious experience that goes around the world. For the Vatican, he goes around and tries to document stuff, and whatever he finds, he has to send back to Rome, and they do a further investigation to find out if this is truly a religious thing for the church. So he works for the church. He's an investigator for the church and also a priest. Okay, in the beginning of the movie, it starts off with him in Brazil, and he's investigating where they said it's supposed to be like the Virgin Mary on the side of a building, but actually what he finds when he gets there is actually there's a statue of the Virgin Mary that's actually bleeding blood in the church out of its eyes, and the father of the parish has passed on, Father Alamine, I think Alamine, that's his name, Alamana, I think that's his name. Anyway, screw that, I know I screwed that name up, but anyway, he's just passed on, and of course he's taking pictures and stuff, and he wants, there's normal procedures to create up the statue and send it back to Rome so they can actually investigate. But he doesn't do that. He actually goes back to Rome, and he's giving his findings to the cardinal, played by Jonathan Pryce. And he wants to investigate further. He wants to be sent back and investigate further. He doesn't really want to take the statue away from these people because he thinks he sees that that's an inspiration of faith to these people. But of course the cardinal said, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to crate it up and send it back to us and let us determine that. So you can see him and the cardinal are Father Kernan and the cardinal are butting heads. Okay, and you can tell he's not that satisfied with the way the church operates, basically. And also in Brazil at that time where the father has passed on, his crucifix gets stolen by one of these thieves, and they actually sell it in the market, and they sell it to an American tourist there who actually sends it back to her daughter, Frankie Page, played by Patricia Arquette. Now, Patricia Arquette's character, Frankie Page, is like a hairdresser. She's carefree, she's living life, she's happy, but she's also an atheist. She doesn't believe in religion, doesn't believe in God. Okay, and her mother calls her and tells her, listen, I sent you this thing back. I sent you this thing. I sent this back. So she said, actually, it's the crucifix that from the father that's passed on. And she opens it and looks at it and doesn't pay no mind and goes on about her business. And all of a sudden, she starts getting the signs of stigmata. Now, stigmata is supposed to be only happen to real religious people. Like you get 5 signs of how Christ got crucified. By first of all how he was hung up on the cross. She starts getting that first. The bleeding through her not through her hands because you think Christ, because most pictures of Christ are like that, but actually through the right here, because that's actually where I think the priest explains that's where they think he really got hung up by it. So she starts getting blood just starts coming out from there, and she gets taken to the hospital, and she can't explain how it happened to her, and then her friends worried about her, and they go clubbing again, and then they get on the train, and she actually sees a priest and 2 nuns, and something possesses her again, and she gets up and goes to him and says, "Are you Father Kernan?" And he says no, and then she said, "Then I guess I'm effed." And then all of a sudden, you see her hold onto the two handrail things, and she starts getting whipped literally by this unseen force. And of course, the priest sees this, and he's stunned by this, and he tries to help her, and the train starts going out of control, and until it finally stops, and he sees that she was getting whipped by this unseen force, and she gets taken to the hospital again, where the doctors are stunned because they can't understand what's happening to her, and they think maybe she has she's having epilepsy. Okay, and the father follows her there to the hospital and gives her his card and said, "Listen, I think I want to talk to you because the things that are happening to you, I think, I know what that is. I think it's, stigmata." But she kind of blows him off, and he contacts Rome, who actually sends Father Kernan to investigate this. And he starts to, he meets Frankie, and he starts to ask her questions about, and explain to her about the signs of stigmata, and ask her why that she thinks she's having these things happening to her. And she tells him that she's an atheist, and he says, "Well, listen, this doesn't make sense because these things usually only happen to real religious people, and not to people that don't believe in God." But then, so he kind of, shuts it off. But then even more things starts happening to her. She starts getting the stigmata in her feet, and where God, Christ was pounded onto the cross, and she starts even speaking in a foreign language and gets possessed, and and starts being possessed. And he's investigating. Basically, he's trying to find out exactly why she's being afflicted. Sorry for that fire alarm, but why she's getting afflicted this way. And basically, the rest of the movie is him trying to find out exactly why she's being targeted and why she's showing these signs. And I think he even explains to her once that I think the only documented cases of stigmata, I think it's been two signs, and she's had 4, I think. And so it's a big mystery to find out exactly why she's getting afflicted, what the reason is. Okay, and the rest of the movie is the mystery of trying to find out exactly why this is happening. And he does investigation, and of course the church is butting heads. He's butting heads again with the church and the cardinal, played by Jonathan Pryce, who doesn't want him to really investigate and tries to basically shut him down. And I found the movie entertaining and really, it has a religious theme to it, and it keeps you invested in it, and you care about Frankie because she's sympathetic and she's suffering, and Gabriel Byrne's character is trying to find out exactly why and trying to help her. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a nice nice film, really well done. I think the whole religious aspect, and the movie had a certain kind of atmosphere to it, which I enjoyed. So I'm gonna give Stigmata a 7 out of 10. Yeah, 7 out of 10. It was very well done, and it's not anti-religion or anything like that. But it does make you question certain things. Okay, and there's a mystery about that I don't want to spoil. Okay, anyway, let me know what you think of Stigmata. Feel free to leave comments down below. This is Trepacer saying so long, and take care.